Girls, who she has the same dress. Boys. You have no idea how angry I'm right now at you. I'm sorry, my king. Please don't hurt me. Don't worry, I forgive you. Really? Yes, and I will give you this nice elephant. Thank you, my king. Help, the club is on fire and all the other exits are blocked. You gotta let us out. I'm a member of the band. Yo, Prometheus, don't give fire to humans. Nah, I never in a million years. 2 seconds later. Yo, this is lit. I'm going to crack his skull to get rid of his headache. European monk. Traveling Muslim cleric. And now, for the top 10 bloodiest conflicts of all time. Holy frick. 5 Chinese civil wars made the list. Let's face it, some of you think all our problems started here. We need to chain Fenrir at all cost. Any ideas? Then you're in luck, because we forged a chain. We just need someone to trick Fenrir. Yo bro, wanna see a magic trick? Of course T, just don't put that chain on me. Pinky swear. Okay, but put your hand in my mouth, so I can be sure. German post-World War II scouts be like. Johan age 7, war veteran and local alcoholic. Reagan sucks. True, except he made sure Joe could be buried in Arlington National Cemetery. Country where a guy was president 11 times, lost a war in 18 minutes, got his wooden legs stolen by Americans, got exiled and lost in the jungle, and had to get reintroduced into society because he turned feral. Indian historians now. Mughals were benevolent rules. No, they were brutal imperialists. Indian historians back in Vedic period. So basically, my lord, around 50 million people died in this battle. Sounds a bit unlikely, but sure, I'll note it down. Danish workers in 1956 at Ron Airport seeing a Polish MiG-15 flying towards them at 200 km per hour. Italians on their way to colonize 3 countries with absolutely nothing to offer for craps and giggles. Benedict Arnold would be a famous American hero if he hadn't turned traitor. He's out of line, but he's right. I will now read the Bible in Latin for the sermon. Wish I could read. Have you read your quipu today? Of course, no problem. Japanese Navy sailors in 1598 seeing a very angry box-shaped ship heading towards them at full speed. Belgian tank approaches German enemy lines. 1917 Colonised. Sumerians be like. This gentleman here is a respected member of society with wife and children, and a stable career. Me. So, it all started when the Jews got tired of Roman rule. The person I'm talking to. What does this have to do with the Israel-Palestine conflict? Me. We get there when we get there. Germany every 20 to 50 years. Gentlemen, it is with great pleasure to inform you that it's time to a war with France. You are so barbaric for sacrificing humans to your gods. We Europeans would never be so uncivilized. Meanwhile in Europe, time to burn for practicing a slightly different religion. Please no. People who say long swords are better. People who say katanas are better. Me whose favorite sword is the cutlass. Average fashion fan. Your feet will be more desirable this way. Average corn enjoyer. We will wrap your head like this, so you look more like con. But Poles are taking all the jobs. British after war. Then why did you give Poland to Stalin? Ken Rex McElroy. So this man was killed in this town. The inhabitants of Skidmore. Yep. The police. And all of the townspeople were gathered at the same place and time at the moment he was killed. Yep. So at least one of you would see who killed him. Makes sense to me. So who killed him? I don't know, Mayo. Most famous Frankish king. Somehow every royal family from Europe is related to him. Religious people fleeing to the America. Finally we can practice our religion in the new world. We shall all live in relative peace. Meanwhile the Puritans. Finally we can pursue other for their religions. I will ready the pyre. Boris Yeltsin seeing an average American grocery store. I get it. When the TikTok kid who makes little dark age edits gets sent back to World War I, gets trench foot and dies painfully of mustard gas instead of enjoying better times. Getting rid of the British king's tyranny with French support. Still measuring in said king's feet because metric units are too French. The British ask you to deliver letter to a guy named Hashim. He's the uncle to the Sultan and needs help fighting some rebels. He rewards you by making you governor of a city. It turns into an independent state ruled by your dynasty lasting until the end of World War II. Hey, that's my boss's sheep. No, it's my boss's sheep. Boss, I found your missing sheep. Oh, the worries of property. I envy you shepherds. Not a care in the world. The Russian peasants when a Russian soldier captured a French soldier and was given to them to do as they pleased. 750 AD. Muslim dominated. Christian dominated. Present day. Christian dominated. Muslim dominated. This is Ford Motors. How can I help you? Warplanes? Of course we make warplanes. But boss, we don't develop warplanes. Course we do. No, Georgia is so weak. How can you defeat all our powerful empires? You are like 5 in total. Haha, big mountain go brah. Ecuador, what the F? You can't just declare war on Goa. Shut the F up. The goats are gonna cause the Galapagos tortoise to go extinct. We have to eradicate them without mercy. Alexander to his soldiers after they told him to go back to Greece. This ride only stops in an emergency. Crying is not an emergency. Who's higher? The king of the sky. Amo Koivunen. Pat Nixon. Random guys. Richard Nixon. The Germans falling back out of range of battleships. The crew of the USS Texas ready to gangster lean that crap. Just in case you didn't know, the first pig flew in 1909. You know a few Japanese words from anime. I know a few Japanese words from World War II history. We are not the same. Trade offer. I receive nothing, haha. Don't worry about it. You receive a big wooden horse. Ireland legalized divorce decades ago. In 1996. Venetians after 60 days of siege, outnumbered and weak. Polish cavalry. Ancient Greek men with each other, their wives. So we should try planting cactuses in this new land we discovered. The dye industry is worth a lot. I don't know if that's a good idea, but we haven't found a good region to grow them. Let's try. A third-party candidate has entered the 1998 Minnesota gubernatorial election and they are running on the Reform Party ticket. The candidate is Jesse the Body Ventura. People who hated history after they give it a try. My god, I get it. History students who learned about the fall of Rome. Oh, I thought you were dead. Eastern Roman Empire. My death was greatly exaggerated. Teddy Roosevelt is becoming too powerful a politician as governor of New York. Convince him to run for vice president to get rid of him. McKinley wins and Teddy actually becomes vice president. McKinley promises to keep Teddy under control. McKinley is assassinated and Teddy becomes president of the United States. Italy during the Renaissance. The rest of Europe. My dad. Oh, calm down. It wasn't that big a bite. The bite. The Romans builds a new fleet. Gets destroyed in a storm. The Romans builds a newer fleet. Gets destroyed in storm again. The Romans builds another new fleet. Mother Nature, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? The world ending. This random tribe in an island, having no knowledge of the world. Death trying to take Teddy Roosevelt while he's sleeping. So Nicholas calls you the sick man of Europe. Your empire outlasts his by 5 years. But I've built this bridge only 5 years ago. Permanent bridge will remain forever in the world. Laser made by the famous art. Me explaining every plot point of God of War Ragnarok. My partner, with her PhD in European history. The Royal Navy. You've got to be the craziest American I've ever heard of. John Paul Jones. But you have heard of me. Cowboy movies from the 30s and 40s. Samurai movies from the 50s and the 70s. Cowboy movies from the 50s to the 70s. Star Wars. German Empire. Bulgaria. Austria-Hungary and Ottoman Empire. Texas declares independence from Mexico. They actually win their way of independence. You annex them. They declare independence from you and join the CSA. You are the first Europeans to make contact with the Japanese. They make fun of your nose. If I had a nickel for every French king that died by bumping their head to a door frame, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Russia from 1917 to 1922. Turning red. What are you doing in Angola? Mind your own business. Most people rejected his message. Canada has actually lost a war, the French and Indian War. Shut up. They hated Jesus because he told them the truth. When you are a Greek under Ottoman rule and you end up becoming the king of Thailand. Upgrades, people, upgrades. Writing an actual ending to a song. Musicians from the 70s and 80s. Repeating the last line over and over again. Musicians from the 70s and 80s. US Army tactical gear in 2023. Polish hussars using winged gear assembled from raptor feathers in 1573. POV. You just refused a free haircut. In most cases, your loss, my friend. In mid 17th century China. Death. You want it? It's yours, my friend. The modern world giving credit to Christopher Columbus for discovering America. Columbus who died thinking he was exploring the Indies. Thank you for watching this video. Tune in at 5 PM British time for a video of changing topic. And at 7 PM for daily juicy memes. Check out my Discord server using the link in the description. Also be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you didn't already.